Get on. All right, so we just doing a post game report on the Cowboys and the San Francisco 49ers. As you see, my crew is looking bad with this one. So we're gonna start this off with D. Give your initial impressions, how you felt by the game. Go ahead.
From top to bottom, that was demoralizing. From the head coach to the defensive coordinator to the quarterback play to the linebacker play. I ain't even gonna go through it. It was terrible from top to bottom. It was terrible. And man, I think hey, what you see is what you gonna get. I don't think these dudes gonna drastically improve throughout the season. I think what you see is what you gonna get. Cause just look at the previous years we went through the playoffs.
Okay.
And the same problems was the same problems. The same problems week one last year was the same problem in the divisional round against the Niners. The previous year, the same problems, the same losses we had in them losses was the same problems. These dudes is grown men. That half of them didn't overreach their peak, and I just don't see these dudes getting better throughout the season. I think what you see is what you're gonna get. I do
All right.
think they make the playoffs, but I don't think. I think we might be a one and done in the playoffs,
Okay.
depending on the matchup. I don't see us getting no further than the divisional.
This is what happens when a team gets beat 42-10. Go look at our pregame show. Our predictions were different, except for Reed. He was looking at some forbearance. I haven't talked to Willie all weekend. Anything else, deal? Is that it?
We gonna dive into it. That's just the
That's your
little
initial
prequel.
feeling? Okay.
hmm
All right, Willie, you next. Keep it on the five because we're gonna let Reef wrap it up. Your
Where can we
overall
start at?
prediction.
Well, our coach will basically. I would like. I don't want to say the word, but it rhymes with itch. Slapped all across the room. I'm across this field all night long. I in a whole game. I have totally lost faith in my quarterback and my head coach. I don't see any solution. I don't see anything that's going to change my mind about we're not. It's just going to be another year. It's just I lost. I mean, you know how strong I was about Mike McCarthy, but
Yeah,
this game
I
made me
don't
feel
I
like
don't do over emotional reactions, but this is your time to talk.
today I'm doing an overreaction.
No, no, no. I said I don't. This is
No,
your time to talk. I'm not
I am
classifying that you're gonna
I
be.
am totally disgusted by what I watched tonight. It just it is not like they didn't show up trying to play. They showed up trying to play. They just didn't have any answers. They just looked 10 times better than this. Not five, not 2 times, 10 times better than this. Every time you see something, and then I won't even talk about how many times I looked at somebody and said, "Damn, he's just too damn slow." Curtis looks too damn slow. Wilson looks too damn slow. It just can't keep up, and it just what can you do? What the, we, we ain't got no answers, bro. I don't see them.
I'll address the
I
answers
don't see
part.
no answers.
You done?
Man, I'm done, man.
Okay,
I
that's what
got nothing.
he talks a lot.
I got no inspiration here, man.
Okay,
I got nothing. I'm gonna feel white. This is
I
me
know,
all
I
day.
know. We're gonna dial back. Sharif.
But
Um, you know, I had my
don't,
like I
don't pick me a
had
drink.
my concerns with not
Stay live though. Go ahead.
necessarily. I don't not have my like I didn't my concerns with like Mike McCarthy. Like I think I've expressed them to you, John. Like in terms of just like I'm not fully convinced play calling wise. Like if you want me to just start off, I'm gonna start off with the offense. Offensively, we didn't establish the run. We didn't try to establish the run. Up front, I wouldn't say like they held up their own, like, but we didn't really see how they would do in the run against this team.
True.
Um, in terms of like pass wise, like passing game,
There's some noise. That's some
Sorry,
noise.
Doc. That's why I was trying to put on with me. Hold on.
I can mute it, Willie. Don't worry, I can mute it for you. Go ahead.
but no, in the passing game wise, I really don't see any like easy fix. Gallup, he's cooked, y'all. He's cooked. Um, not even from just like this game specifically, just over the past game. Even though he had a couple good games.
I know we
Um,
talked about it earlier. I forgot what game it was. I texted you and said that he looks like he's laboring physically.
yeah, it's just no separation, no anything, and he's only can run two routes, and even the two routes that he did run, he still can't get open on them. Um, Dak looked off, looked flustered, looked like he didn't know what he was doing. And Purdy makes you look at Purdy, even though like he's probably schemed up better, or he's probably like he dealt with less like pressure from his O line because their O line held up pretty well. He just looks more seasoned. He looks more precise. Like what you mentioned to me before about Caleb Williams processing. He looks already better processing wise than Dak does easily. Um, Defensively, we all thought in the offseason that just drafting Mozzie was just gonna fix all our run game problems. I mean, we
Yeah,
thought we
without
like
question.
no, this we could go back the talk from like I don't know if it was you probably didn't think that, John, but like from the majority of the group, like we thought that okay, we got Mozzie. Oh, we got a run stopper now. Oh, we got a run stopper in the middle now. Like the run defense is gonna be fixed, and it's
Well, I
not.
think the inside part is not as bad, but I think the edges is terrible. Like the fits with the edges with
But I would say to this, John, like they're still giving up 4 or 5 yards off the pop.
that's true.
Like it's not like Bears last year bad, but it's still like there's resistance, but there's like little no resistance. I think the big nickel is going to get exposed by teams that are willing to run the football. So maybe we not see it against San Diego, or we might not see it against the Rams, or we not might see it against the Dolphins. But teams like Seattle, teams like Philly, who are going to come up in the schedule, are very much so comfortable with running the ball 50 times a game, and they will
True.
do it.
True.
And
I'm not gonna say anything. I'll address everything later for everybody. But go ahead.
um, the safeties are terrible. I'm just gonna sit up here and say it.
Clarify when you say that because there's a lot of safeties on the team.
Hook, the three-headed monster, quote unquote, Malik
Starter.
Hooker, Curse, and Wilson. Hooker's more so like I feel like we have been hard on him in a sense, but like he don't really do anything. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like he might do it. Like he doesn't. He's not an impact player at all. He doesn't. He's just there. He's a jag. Curse. He's horrible. He can't run. His run fits are terrible. He can't cover. Terrible in space. Donovan Wilson, whereas he can hit and he's good with his run fits, he's horrible in space. So you can't really play him on like any passing down situation. Even though you would like to have him by the line of scrimmage, like he still gets exposed by the right scheme. D was right about Gilmore a little bit. The man coverage.
It's a speed difference there.
It's a speed difference thing.
But I also think he's looking for help over the top.
On them out routes in the beginning of the game.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's just a speed thing.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's playing like, but my thing about that, John, is he's trying to make up for it by playing 10 yards. I never got playing off ball man 10 yards off with no help.
I say well, go ahead. I wanna answer everything that everybody's saying, but I don't want to interrupt anybody.
No, just I don't get the concept of that, like playing 10 yards that far off and you're playing man coverage. Like 5 to 7 is cool, but like 10 yards off, you're already giving up 8 yards off the rip, just off your read steps alone. and
Exactly, Reef. They just
Hold
you
on, Willie.
already
Hold on,
you playing so far back
Willie,
off the lane.
Willie. We're gonna have everybody talk.
You getting them
Willie,
5 yards right off the jump. That's what they want. Get the ball.
we letting everybody talk individually. I don't want nobody interrupting anybody else yet. We'll circle around for everything. You had a chance to talk. D did. Reef is talking, and then Dink. I want everybody to get a chance to talk. Go ahead, Reef.
just like with
We'll get to you.
it just with the off ball, man. I still don't understand like why we play so much, man. Especially with like we don't got digs anymore. You know what I mean? You have to reshuffle the cornerback room a little bit. I just don't understand why we still play so much, man. Defensive line necessarily ain't played horrible in the run. I mean,
But they didn't affect things.
they ain't affected, and then the linebackers, Vander Esch, he can't. He's not physical enough. Like we were talking about, John. He's not physical enough at the point of attack. Way too finesse. Doesn't get off blocks. Always a step late. And Clark, whereas like he's not as bad, it's just like he's also just there, kind of like a Malik Hooker.
I
Might
think
not
he would be better
with a
inside.
better.
And I think he'd be better as a middle linebacker as
Yeah.
opposed to outside. That was what he
It's
played at LSU.
and it seems like like I said, he needs to be more downhill in terms of like, but he has to read a lot because he is off ball. So he does have to read a lot more. So that might be slowing him up. He just looks a tad slow, not because he's slow as a player, but more so like
Mentally.
he's not mentally processing like what's going on. But yeah, and then with the injuries, the Bland and Lou.
Yeah, I heard Bland. Did anybody know what the injury is for that? Don just said he walked to the locker room.
He ran to the locker room. Lou is his ankle.
So wait a minute. I did see Lou get up and bounce. Did
He
Bland?
didn't.
He did. He got injured again.
Who?
Lewis.
Nah, Lewis. But Lewis is did Lewis finish the game?
He finished. The guy who looks like out of all the DBs, Donovan Wilson, look like he gonna be out. That look like a high ankle sprain.
Yeah.
I didn't see the Bland thing. Don texted me while I was watching. He said he went to the locker room, but I don't know how he went to the locker room. But you said
LVE. I'm pretty sure LVE went down too.
Neck injury.
Yep, and then I knew that I'm gonna call it again. I told y'all it was gonna happen.
Of course.
With the
chronic neck injury.
And this is the problem I have with the big nickel. You don't have any backup backers. You have a backup backer, but you don't have a backup backer. You're going to play Malik Jefferson. Now you're going to have to sign somebody else off the street just to get on the practice squad when you're already trying to figure out what you're going to do about the roster spots you did have because Biotish got hurt again, whereas he finished the game. You don't know what's going to happen lingering down the line. So now you got to take up another.
No, they got Hoffman.
No, but what I'm saying is to keep cats on the roster, you're going to, you know what I'm saying? Like,
well, I'll try to answer that the best I can. I'm not going to say they're going to do it this way, but they have options. But it just depends on whether or not they want to do that.
Linebacker wise, I'm very much so worried because
I get
you don't have no depth, and that big nickel is coming to bite you because not only did Donovan go down again, you have to play Curse now.
You ain't got to play Curse.
You don't really got if you and Bell struggled.
They got options.
Bell was getting manhandled.
They don't have to necessarily play those guys, but based on their history,
I know what you want to do. I know what you want to do. You want to move Micah to inside linebacker, and
I'll answer that later because Dick is. What's your time? You had
go ahead, Dick. That's pretty much it.
We're gonna get back to you, but you brought up good stuff. I understand it's a demoralizing loss. Dick,
man, total ass whipping. But let me start with this, bro. Our defense is way fucking overrated. Way overrated.
I mean, overrated by who? I don't think any of us said it was elite.
Well, when I say overrated, I'm not talking about us. I mean, based off the media and stuff like that. But I will say this: I expected better than what I saw today. They got gashed. They got outplayed. They got beat down. Um, I can't even start with the offense, but I'm gonna say the defense let me more down than the offense, man. I did not expect them to get gashed like that. Guys just running free all over the place. Michael Parsons, I think the boy is good, but I'm just tired of all the talk, man. I'm just saying from based off last year, we
Right.
played way better defensively. But
You talking about against the 49ers or you talking about for the season?
no, 49ers. And
Different game though.
yeah, that's true, but to get beat like that, defense. I mean, I still think we got a good defense. Don't get me wrong. I'm not overreacting. I was just shocked how we got beat on defense. I expected more. I can deal with a guy outplaying you here or there, making a good play, man. But the defense, they just let me down. They just got gashed up. Guys out of place. I mean, don't get me wrong. San Francisco got some good weapons,
Right.
but I'm watching these wide receivers just run wild. Defensive back on the other side of the damn country. I'm like, where are you? So I was just disappointed in the defense. I expected Dan Quinn to play better. Once again, we got gashed up in the middle with the run. Defensive backs all the place. Stupid penalties. I just expected a better game for the defense, man. I can take a loss. It's how you play. It's how you play, and they played like shit. They played bad, undisciplined.
Man, they played too long, too. I mean, the first time like 3 and outs. You got to remember they didn't get a hold. They got a fumble. They nearly got an interception. But I think after the third 3 and out, I think I was talking to Reef at this time. I was like, you can't have them on the field that long. And they're built in a particular way.
Yeah.
Like they're built to play with a lead. I agree with what Reef is saying, though, on some things. Actually, I agree with everybody saying on some things. Anything else?
Then the offense, I mean, I don't know, bro. That first interception Dak threw, I'm like, it's kind of head scratching. That's okay. I get it. Trying to get the ball down the field. Last two, I don't know. I don't know if Gallup gave up on the route. I don't know. It's just, I just put it like this, bro. We got out coached. We got outplayed. And they just got to fix it. It ain't the end of the season, but they got to fix this, man. Second time in 3 weeks, we've got exposed. And they got to do something about it.
All right. So what would you do if you was the coach?
If I was the coach?
Yeah.
If I'm the coach and I'm watching that San Francisco game, and I'm Mike McCarthy,
man,
on the offense, I got to find a way to beat that defense because it's like if you look at the last 2 times we played the 49ers, it's the carbon copy. It's like same type of interceptions. It's like we can't do nothing. It's like we immobile. We can't do nothing. I mean, sir, if you think about it, when we played them the last 2 times.
Blame that on the personnel?
Huh?
You blame that on
personnel. Oh, so I'm glad you said that. CeeDee Lamb needs some help, bro. He needs some help. Gallup is not the answer. I like Cooks, but
you just start getting frustrated.
It's not. Think about it. You take away CD. That's it. That's it.
He takes himself out of the game sometime, man. We gotta address that. Some games he just takes himself out of the game.
So what is he supposed to do then?
Not get out there and start acting like a little girl about things, man. They got 3 guys on you. Yeah, they got 2 guys on you, but don't be showing all that emotion about it and getting out of your head out of the game.
One of your favorite players, Terrell Owens, is expressed at the same time. All wide receivers do that. Playmakers do that. They don't get it.
Man, that go back to coaching. You got to draw plays up to get the ball in your best receiver's hands.
That too.
Okay, so
on that third Dak interception, he was just eyeing the slant. CeeDee Lamb was open in the middle.
But that's not the coach then. That's the quarterback.
I mean, I feel like it's a combination.
So I'm just like, I gotta ask, why are we not going to CD? It's the same thing we're asking.
Hold on. So I remember in the beginning of the year, they told us we're going to keep some of the terminology. I think they said 70% of the offense from last year. That's what they said. They also said they're giving the quarterback freedom. So let's say if I'm telling him to run one play, he audibles out of Is that on the coach or is that the quarterback? I'm not saying he is doing that, but if he audibles out of a play,
Is he audibling out of every single play of that offense
I
on
don't know.
that whole game?
Because the thing is, I do know this. I've seen the West Coast offense. That ain't the West Coast offense. But I have seen this offense. So, and sometimes I'm just wondering. I mean, I do think personnel grouping is a problem. When you look at the other receivers and what they bring to the table, what you currently have, like Gallup, man, me and Reef talked about it. Gallup labors. You kind of find out why Cooks is probably on his fourth team. And the things that probably you should kind of lean on, they're not. So, and they're just some bad throws and indecision from the quarterback perspective. I know Brian said he only had 1.5 seconds of time, but he had more time than that. Big Bosa had what, 1 sack? He had
Yeah,
2
one.
It's,
Yeah, one.
it's what
He just
it's
stopped
what you
that.
said.
He had time
It's
to.
what
He had more
you
than
know.
enough.
What Jazz? What you said the other like a week ago to me. We were talking on the phone.
Right.
I see exactly what you were saying now. I
Yeah, more.
see exactly what he is. He's the quarterback of the franchise. He is not a franchise quarterback.
Mm-mm.
And
Now you
and
understand what I'm saying.
I can't defend this
I
dude no
see
more.
this. I exactly what Judge said to me a week ago, bro. Week and a half ago, he talked to me, and I was fighting tooth and nail for that. And right now, I gotta tell you that John is right. I didn't have to go get the. I watched the game and the whole time I was just thinking to myself, John is 120, 50, or 200% right when he said that. He's the quarterback of the franchise. He's not a franchise quarterback.
Because on
It's
offense, everybody's gonna look to the quarterback. Like, and at times he looked like he sped up. And I agree with you, Reed. He had time. Like they had the first series was shaky. Around the third, they settled down. They was blocking him. He had plenty of time.
Tyron, you ain't hear a peep from Tyron. Not
Yeah.
a peep.
And so those, I think the two balls, deep balls, they were just thrown up and they just floated. It was like punts. And I didn't understand what was the reason for that. Also, if you know Michael can't do the things he can do, why is he still out there? So as the quarterback, you should be saying, hey, I'm not running this. Like, we need to get somebody else out there. And that just and he can't outrun anybody. Now, that's the reason why he don't use his legs. He can't outrun anybody. He's not dynamic in that area. There's some positives, but it's a lot of matchup problems. And whether or not they're going to change personnel groupings.
This is my thing, John. You said this is what you this is what you brought up like a lot of the times. Oh well, we gotta have this happen or we gotta have this happen. Why does the defense have to why does the defense have to score a fucking touchdown for us to be okay? Why does the defense have to give
the quarterback is not able to elevate?
No, but I'm saying think about this like this. When have you guys ever seen so I've seen multiple teams play a good defensive game without getting a turnover. They don't have to turn the football over. They just got to get people off the field.
Well, no, hold on. That's another one though. If you're elite defense and you put in a situation, so you say to yourself, "We're getting a 3 and out."
You just get them off the field.
But that's a statement.
Yeah, and my thing is if we're not even this is the defense too. If we don't get turnovers, teams will move the ball up and down on us, no problem.
Yep.
True.
And that's the I know we blew them out by 38-3, and this was some of the things I was talking about where I'm not really we blew them out, but yeah, no, Mac Jones was having success in those first 2 or 3 drives before that fumble, and it kind of blew the whole game out the water. But
yeah, the only thing is I wasn't ever threatened by him.
No one's not a lot. No, you're not going to be threatened by Mac Jones.
I agree with what you said in week 2. You said we haven't played a real quarterback yet, and I agree with you on that. I think the Mac Jones of the world. Remember, I told you bad teams do bad things. Bad players will
do bad. Yeah.
Right. So I know when they play him, it's like even if he's having some success, he's gonna mess it up. Whereas Brock Purdy does not look like he's sped up. His processing is fine. He sees the field. He knows his playmakers. They take advantage of matchups. Like you said, the safeties can't cover. Van Der Esch struggles in space. He's not physical. Osa, I love him, but as I said, he's predicated on the guy beside him. Like that guy has to have success for him to have success. Whoever's opposite of DeMarcus Lawrence from the defensive end can't hold the run. And when you take Michael Parsons from the linebackers, they become a liability.
And that's been a problem for 5 years. Like teams just run away from D-Law.
I know.
Just run away from.
I know.
And it's like, and then also on the fact that like kind of piggybacking off what I said defensively, offensively, like why does the game have to be perfect for Dak to be successful? Now it wasn't his fault, but he's not helping the situation at all.
I told you that. I said quarterback's job, you either master problems or you add to it.
And he's adding to the problem.
He does not mask them. So even if you haven't not successful, you say to yourself, let's run the ball. Let's just run it. Let's kill some time. Let's try to get some momentum. Let's get a first down. Let's not do risky throws. Why do we have to do a play action in our own end zone?
That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense to me.
The play that didn't make any sense to me is the 3rd and 4, and they ran that inside zone.
I gotta take my niece to college. I need y'all back. All right,
Will.
You had a chance to go put some points on the board before the half, make it a 7-point game. You get the ball back at half, and it's a whole nother game. But you run an inside zone. You pull 2 guards. They got a stack box, 3 linebackers, 4 down linemen. What are we doing on 3rd and 4? What are we doing?
I wish I had some answers for that. But that goes back to they have some decisions to make. They got some options.
We keep saying that, but like
what you said,
we were all comfortable with the personnel.
Oh,
like,
hold on. No, I wasn't never comfortable.
In terms of like going into the season, we were like, okay, well, we got Brandon Cooks. John, I heard you say this.
No, I don't know. I like Cook, but you never heard me on the Gallup train.
Absolutely.
Right. And I've never been comfortable with the safeties. I wanted Malik Hooker gone, but they signed him. There's nothing I can do about that part. I have no problem with Van Der Esch per se, but I've always had a problem with Michael Parsons not being a unicorn again. You have to be able to pick things. I agree with you on this one too. Something you just said. Why is he playing off 8 yards off? Dan Quinn and a lot of coaches are stubborn, and at times they don't change. I just don't think he made any type of change. Remember I said earlier in the year when JT was playing, I said, well, Donovan Wilson may not get his job back. Based off of what I saw, I never would have went back to him. I probably would have brought him in to play, but I wouldn't have took Thomas and reduced him to being a special teams guy. You can just see how much better of a player he is compared to all the other safeties. Curse is a liability. Like, he is a serious liability. Dick know I've said this. I don't understand why the offense is not centered around Tony Pollard.
You said that, yep. You said that since last year.
Arguably. CD's good. CD's really good. Tony Pollard's the best player on the offense.
I've always said he's the most explosive player. I've been writing about this since last year. You center it around him, and then everything else comes from that. Also, if you have somebody like CD or any skill position, you guys know this. Everybody's supposed to complement each other. Like, they all supposed to have some type of defined roles. So we know CD is the number one. Okay, so we'll say that. So who's the possession receiver?
We have none.
Who's the third down breaker? The guy you go to, like, boom, that guy's going to give me my first down on third.
CD's everything. CD's the possession receiver. CD's the third down guy. CD's the go guy. CD's the only one.
And you know what it is? It's a basketball metaphor, and I'm not going to say his talent is the same way as this guy, but it reminds me of LeBron in the sense of, like, he's the best defender. He's the point guard. Hold on. I'm just saying his responsibilities. When you got one player shouldering all the responsibility, that's a lot to ask on that one dude. He has to have some help. And so, yeah, I like the Cooks thing. The problem is I don't like the way he's being used.
And then the one time you
Yeah.
did use him, you got him a matchup on the bunch. Dak sailed it, dog. You had
That
they
missed him.
they
Oh
were
my
they were complimenting
gosh.
Fred Warner on being able to keep up with him, but bro, he had
And he can't.
3-4 steps on him, bro. You
And
hit
yeah, and Chris is like, he ain't getting burned. Dude, he's three yards behind
that's the
him.
matchup you
More than
want. They were
3.
playing cover one, dog, and he had to go out there and get him.
What is he looking at?
And
I
then
don't know.
he rolled out the pocket when he didn't have to, and then when he rolled, he threw it back across his body. And this is when I was talking about, like, I don't know if y'all agree with me, but this is what I talk about with arm talent. That throws being made by top 5 guys in the league. By Josh Allen, by Mahomes, by Herbert.
I'll say this: off their overall physical talent, yes, but if he does his mechanics right, the throw would be better.
Yeah,
Like
I don't even think he had to leave the pocket.
that's what I'm saying, though. That's still like, why are you leaving? And then when you do that, it's taking the play is seconds. This is not high school where you throw it to somebody when they wide open. He's there.
The only reason he caught up is because he rolled out. That's the only reason why he caught up. That's the only reason.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So here's the question, and this is why I kept telling everybody, you don't extend him.
Hell no.
You have to eat that next year. You can't extend him.
I don't even want to roll out with him next
Well,
year. I'm like,
I think they. I don't think they gonna extend him, bro. If Dak
I
don't
don't
improve,
believe
he out of there, bro.
if it from a standpoint, like if you really looking at what you saw, you can't extend him. Like you
Right.
can't extend him. Like, is everything ideal for him? No, not necessarily.
but he ain't in a bad situation.
No,
Like,
I
they're
was
not-
just about to say that. I've seen quarterbacks with less do much more. And there's just times where you can see everybody offensively is kind of disengaged except for the offensive lineman. That is where the quarterback has to settle everything down. Like, look, we're going to go out, we're going to make a play. And I agree with you, D. It's like, there are times it's like, I'm sitting here like, what does he think? A 30-yard ball is going to get you 10 points? Just get a first down. Let's get a drive going. Let's just get some momentum going. And there are times it's just frustrating to watch. I agree with you about the defense, D. It's built to play with a lead.
It was another play. We was in our end zone, and it was like a 3rd and short. We needed a first down, and he throw the check down in the middle of the field. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, man, it's stressful, man.
Don't worry.
But that goes back to, as I've always said, a player can undermine a coach. Like, you can draw up as much as you want, and if the guys are just dumb, they undermine everything you try. You can sit there and teach and tell them, and then they go out there and you just sitting there. And I'm not on read body, but the body language of McCarthy looked like he was just like, what the fuck are they doing? Like, it's only so much the coach can do. Once I put you on the field.
Yeah, I will say this. Last year when Kellen Moore against Washington, he ran them 2 curl routes back to back, and then on that second time he threw that interception. Dak throw an interception on the slant. What we do the next drive, we roll out. He wrote the first play. He roll out, we go out there. He throw the slant, and it's a pick. Same result.
And he doesn't even look the defender off.
No, he doesn't even try.
He's locked on, and it's just like, this is easy. Yeah, it's tough.
Man, it's looking like Kellen was scapegoat. I ain't gonna lie.
I won't say that. I think it's a combination. Because
we put up points on the Niners last year.
How many points we put on the Lions? What, 10?
Like 12?
I mean, shit, more than 10.
I'll say this. The only thing you can do, and I don't know if McCarthy would do this, is that as a coach, you overcoach. You got to pull back. I don't know if he's like that. Meaning is that you literally sit here and be like, what I'm putting in, we running. You don't have autonomy to audible out of stuff. You don't have that. You have to shrink. I'm telling you, you got to shrink the playbook because they're just
Them
things.
boys on high school rules.
Yeah, I've seen it on the NFL level. I've seen Bill Parcells do it, and he will just scale it back. And you got to just go with the things that he's good at, and you got to eliminate things from the playbook. But something tells me they may be too far along, and I don't know if that's gonna work. I mean, I don't think you go to Cooper Rush. You sure don't play Trey Lance. You want to give him success.
I did want to see Trey Lance.
Yeah, I don't know.
I wanted to see him out there.
Give him a true off season. He doesn't know anybody. He's playing a scout team, man. He's throwing the Butler. Let him have a true off season.
What? I mean, do it really ruin him that much if he goes out there?
No, it's not the ruining part. I'm more like this. If you flip that switch, you don't go back.
I mean, we down 40. You put
I don't want to do that. I don't want to have any of that to him. I just think, and you want to put him on his own goal line? No, No, I'm not doing. I wouldn't do that.
When they came back out and there was like 5 minutes left, I threw him in there.
Because you know what's gonna happen. This is the first thing gonna happen. Already tomorrow, they're about to get roasted for 42-10.
I mean, we ain't playing for the media.
No, it's not that. It's that you have to look at this team and you have to wonder who's built for the scrutiny that's going to come of it. Now, as a head coach, if I insert him, I don't want to hear that shit every week. I don't want to hear, it's Trey Lance. No. Keep him on the side and work about that in the future. I wouldn't do that with him. He has to learn the system. Now, next year, that's a different discussion. But right now, they got to roll with what they got to roll. But they got to change from the coaching perspective.
I agree.
I say this like I think I brought that up to you like before, John. We about to start getting the meat and potatoes of our schedule. We start dropping games straight, 3-4 games straight, and we are 4-8, 3-7, 4-9. Do you just rock out and try to get the highest draft pick you possibly can?
I'm never in the tanking.
Now I'm not saying tanking. I'm saying where it's like you're truly like I wouldn't say a bad football team, but you're not a good football team.
Now, if you're 4-8, you're a bad football team.
So you're a bad football team. You just rock out with Dak, letting him rock.
Yeah.
I don't see them. I don't see them if Dak healthy. I don't ever see them just being like, all right, Dak, you benched.
Now hold on. Now here's another side of the coin. Maybe just the 49ers is just the team they have the number.
Man, I ain't trying to hear that, bro.
Hey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You Fred Warner his props in the text. I'm just being real.
Well, I mean, they are the best football team the best team in the NFL.
Hold on, D. Here's the thing. I know this is a little bit, before both of y'all times, but it's the flip side. Dink would know this. So in 1992, we go down to San Francisco. We beat them in their home place. We beat them back then. So, we play them the next year. Dink knows this. And we stomped their ass. You could clearly see it's a separation between the two teams. So what the 49ers do that off season, they went out and every deficiency they had that we was a better matchup, they went out and fixed that. So if you look at the 49ers right now, you say, okay, Fred Warner is a problem. They linebackers. How do you nullify that? So you got to get playmakers that can be able to deal with that. Offensive line, I think the offensive line held up. But then also you got to do this too. You want to, what else they do much better than us? They more physical. So for me, I don't want little wide receivers who are 6 feet tall. I want bully receivers. I want bigger physical guys. Also, you look and say, all right, they got Kittles. They got other guys, so you got to get more dynamic. If you're going to get these safeties, you got to get more dynamic safeties. And Reef talked about this too. If they're going to play downhill, you want to get linebackers. Now, you ain't got to get no 250 dudes, but I wouldn't mind some 235 dudes who can move. That may be what that. And right now, unfortunately, they don't have that. Now, you can change some things, but I don't know if they're going to do this. Now, I'll say this too. I know Reef don't want to hear this. If Armstrong and Fowler are going to play this bad, then you might as well just play Sam Williams and pull put Michael Parsons back.
I mean, I would at this point, like I'm sick and tired of Armstrong and these average ass.
Yeah. And then,
I'm gonna be.
here's another thing. We know Thomas can play. Israel played last year. Now, I remember against the 49ers, I don't remember him giving up a lot of big plays. So you may decide to say you're going to put Curse down, put Israel in, take Donovan out. He looked like he hurt. You put in Thomas, and then you take Malik Hook out and put in Bell. That's fast and speed. But a lot of coaches don't do that.
But yeah, Dan love his guys too. Dan love his boys.
Yes, he does. You don't. A lot of people don't do. But if I'm the head coach, because the one thing we know, the guy who gets fired first is the head coach. It ain't the assistants. Mm-hmm. So for me, you saw tonight, this was just a playmaker thing, and you have to put in speed. You got to put in youth. Guys who are at a certain level, they just the way they are. In theory, you would hope somebody young is going to play better as the season go along. For me, I'm making that change. That's what I would do if I was them. But I don't know if they're going to.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's more than I think they're just a better. I don't even think the gap is small.
Bro,
no, but
we've seen it.
But the thing is, I understand what you're saying, but if you go back and look at the game, there are moments if things change and flip, you got a different football game.
But then we could say that about the Jets. We could say that about the Giants game, and then
the Jets. Hold on, what did I say about the Jets? I said they're gonna have a problem because they have the inferior quarterback. I said no matter how much they got everything else, that dude will undermine everything. That quarterback will undermine.
And guess what? We're gonna have the next 4 or 5 games. The inferior quarterback.
Yeah, I know. I've already looked at
it.
But if that is the case, then you have to surround him, I think, with better playmaking options. Yeah. And you have the philosophy. You got to change your philosophy.
How many? But we've seen what happens when we surround him with better play. Like what else?
Oh no. But I also said philosophy.
Philosophy, big part.
You have to change the philosophy. Dude, I wrote about this. Dick remember this. And Brian didn't want to hear it. And Willie didn't want to hear it. I said he's a good quarterback. He's not exceptional. And if you need to, we had an argument. I said,
then we don't need to be running the West Coast then.
You need to run the West Coast for him because he's supposed to get the ball out quickly. But what I'm saying is, I don't know if this is McCarthy's his style of coaching, but I know if that was me, we're not running what he's running. Like when I see this, it looks like Kellen Moore's offense.
It looked like copy and paste.
Yeah, I don't see what I saw in the first 2 weeks. At least the concept wise. Remember what you were saying? Mesh route. There was a lot of stuff that was quicker to get out. Now I'm sitting here like he's holding the ball a long time. And it's like, where are the concepts at?
I also think like you can even tell like with the slants, the outs and stuff, they're sitting. They are sitting.
Bro, because we ran them plays how many times the first 3 weeks?
And that's what I'm thinking. Like I get getting the ball out quick. I get being boom, 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 ding, 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 ding. But if you're sitting, if I know you're gonna get the ball,
I'm gonna ask you this. And I hate going back to the 90s. Everybody knew Michael Irvin was gonna run the slant. They couldn't stop
Michael Irvin, though.
But that's my point. So Tolbert is a much bigger receiver. I don't know if he can run the slant. He's bigger than Gallup, and he's bigger than Cooks. So you change the philosophy. You gotta take some of the personnel matching does not work.
But also to that point, though, John, like, yeah, everybody knew they was running the slant. But like I said, I just watched I told you I just watched like a lot of the 92 and 93 games. This like Troy would just put it in his chest.
Oh, I know.
He just put it in it. So you could be simple when you're just that much better.
True. But I'm gonna take a Bill Parcells quote. Bill told Sean Payton, I don't need 85 fucking plays. Find out what's the 12 plays we do run good. and run those. And at times, and y'all tell me, do at times it seem like we got a game plan offensively? Like
No,
it
dude.
just seems like everything is improv. And that's not the way offense is supposed to be
Like we
ran.
don't know. Like it's just like you would think for this game you would run the ball, like establish the run, try to establish the run. Even when we were down 7-0, they went pass, 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 3 and out. And it's like,
I'm gonna ask you this: when we went and played the 49ers, everybody knew we were gonna get a heavy deuce to CMC. You know that. Regardless, he gonna touch
they
the
didn't stop it. I
right.
mean, no, I'm not saying the Dallas defense. They didn't be like, oh yeah, Brock Purdy's gonna start back.
He's stretching you out. So when you look at Tony Pollard, I'm not saying he's CMC, but he's the best, most explosive guy. It's like, are we gonna get him involved? And so then another thing is, CD Lamb is their guy. It's like scheme him up. I agree with what you're saying, D. You scheme them up. I don't understand sometimes why they just don't run the tight ends and run one wide receiver. At least they seem to get in their areas better, and you could cause a little bit more matchup problems. It's just stuff I just don't I just don't understand the person.
Could we have seen Tony Pollard screen? Get
They
him the
don't run
ball.
they don't run the screen well.
I mean,
I
even that little waggle play where they pulled the full, I would have. I don't care how many times we ran that in the past 2 weeks. I would have seen it once.
I would give a heavy dose of him as a player. Like him and Rico, that would be who I laid on, and then everything else would play off of that.
Where's Luke?
That would allow CD to at least to have the linebackers come up.
You know who I seen out there? I ain't seen Lupke out there. I seen.
All right, where is Lupke?
I seen Juszczyk out there though.
Who, Luke?
What's the fucking point of getting a fullback if you're not gonna use him?
Yeah, and that's another guy that I think is a multi. He's a little bit of a threat. He's got power. We've seen that he can catch the football.
Quick too.
I don't understand the personnel aspect, but I don't understand what they talk about in the meetings either. Because the meetings are always supposed. Well, you guys know this. You sit down, you game plan. The quarterback talks about what he likes. You devise a plan, and you go out and you execute it. At times I just don't see. I agree with Reese said. It's like even when we scored, it just seemed like it was such a struggle. It doesn't seem crisp.
But the one time we did score,
matchup.
But even my bad, John. The one time we did score, what we do? We used our fastest guy and ran him over top of the field.
But you also put him in a matchup, so it's like, why don't you run the same personnel group and go somewhere different with it? So I don't. It's a little confusing. It's confusing, but yeah, I agree that the gap is big because you get beat 42-10 the way they got beat. But I also think you can't. I wouldn't stay this way. Like I see what I got with this. I need to make personnel. I need to have more speed, more explosion.
Yeah. I wonder what Jerry talking about. I know it don't matter, but I want to.
It don't matter.
Yeah, no, but you got speed. You got speed. Other than Gallup, you got speed. They might not be big.
No, but hold on. But what I'm saying is that's a big thing too with Gallup. I didn't say bench Cooks. I said I want more of Jalen.
Nah, but like even like with how they that was like I said, that was the first time I seen them take a shot to Brandon Cooks. Like that's what we thought we were going to use Brandon Cooks for, not him for him running fucking when Dak's on sprint outs and he's running 5-yard outs. So that's what we have CD for. That's what we have CD for. CD can do them. Why the fuck is we got him? I've never seen. You get why? Like you brought up why? Like this may be why Brandon Cooks is on his fourth team. Every other place, you ain't never seen him being used like this.
That's true, but it's also. But I'm also confused that I have all of these vets, and they don't seem to know where they would be because what people don't. Well, y'all know this. Every receiver know what the other receivers are running at those positions. So I don't understand why somebody is like not switching them around. You understand what I'm saying?
Why are you throwing the 9 routes to Gallup when you have a dude that is known for running post and 9 routes.
The one time he ran that corner route, he was over.
That's what I'm saying. I just don't get it. The 9 route to Gallup ain't been working since 2019, and we keep doing it. Unless Dak puts it on a fucking perfect shot in his chest.
Yeah, the injury has been significant for him, but he doesn't fit a role.
But did Tolbert get any snaps? Because I ain't see him out there.
He got snaps, but it was meaningless. I've been wanting him to get more burns since the Jets game. No, not the Jets game. Since the Jets game.
Yeah, man, I don't know, man. I'm worried about 4.
It's bad coaching, man. It's just piss poor coaching, bro. It's just we ain't even in the NFL and we know what the fuck to do.
You blame this completely all on coaching? I mean, the head coach
My
does
thing
have
is
to take
my
this.
thing is Mike McCarthy ain't like I'm wait. I get the players undermine the coaching. I'm waiting to see
I'm listening.
the offensive genius that.
Yeah, but that can always be undermined.
Yeah,
It
but
can. It can.
you
It
saying
don't
he could
look
do
like
this
it.
with if he could do it with Matt Flynn, he could do it with Aaron Brooks, he can do it with Aaron Rodgers, he could do it with
Rodgers was here. Hello,
Alex Smith.
Rodgers was his to build. Matt Flynn had no success.
He came in. Aaron Brooks was there though.
Yeah, but Brooks didn't have any success. His best years under McCarthy. Some dink said last year. He said, "We have a formula with Cooper Rush." Now he's not saying Cooper was better. I told Dick, I said, in theory, I said, because you don't know what the quarterback may decide. Prescott has had success before McCarthy got here. He's had success. He got tendencies. You see these things. Sometimes, man, it's hard getting to play out his tendencies if that wasn't your guy.
So why we got him on the roster?
Because they paid him. I mean, I'm not the one who make those decisions. That's the decision they make. That's why I said don't extend him. I've been saying this. I said this like last year.
Wait, so if we cut him, do we still eat the $60 million?
It may be more, but you can spread it out if you decide to make him a June 1st thing.
Shit, I don't see it with Dak.
Shit, I'm not saying I like I told y'all, he's my favorite player, but
I know he ain't your favorite player tonight though.
I mean, I like him because he ain't no, like I said, I don't like front runners. Like it's easy to like Pat Mahomes. It's easy to like.
He's had struggles.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? It's easy to like the obvious dudes. Like if you're a D lineman, like it's easy to love Aaron Donald. Like I like the dudes who like adversity, going to adversity.
They all have adversity.
And you know what I'm saying? Like if you just look at Dak, like he got eye arm. All right,
his arm is fine. His biggest thing is this: his mechanics. We see that his mechanics are inconsistent, and the guy I saw as a rookie seemed much more cooler and calmer. The guy I'm seeing now for the last 3 years, it looked like pressure is coming to him. I don't know if it's the contract. I don't know if it's anything, but he does not. He looks like he's set up.
Now, with the West Coast offense, you have to be more process heavy, correct? Because you got to be going, because you got to go from like when so I seen like also with like I seen how Steve Young kind of ran it.
Yeah, but the thing is, it really isn't. It's like, okay, if you do a 3-step drop, the route is there. If you do 5, the route is all routes are coordinated with the drops.
Yeah, but my thing is, what if they're sitting on it?
There's another option.
And it seemed like and exactly. So when I'm looking at him processing it, it's like it's like 1, 2, 3. It's not there. It's not there. It's not there. Then run. You know what I'm saying? Like and it's not like 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's not there. It's not there. Boom. Like it's really, really slow. Like his processing is really slow. And I think like with Linehan made it very, very simple for him.
Well, Linehan's routes are not sophisticated, but he also made routes that were safe. Like, so he had one thing to go through. But with that can mess up spacing at times when guys start to stack. With Linehan, you have to have superior talent. Like when he was in Detroit, he had Calvin Johnson, arguably the most talented wide receiver ever. But he also had Matthew Stafford, who me and you have agreed with is a better quarterback than that. So he can break that. You also remember Scott Linehan, Tony Romo. When Tony was at his apex mentally, that was 2014. So players can overcome some areas of the coaching, but if your player is stupid, man, you really
So then what offense do you run with him?
Honestly, I mean, me personally, when they got rid of Amari Cooper, and they believe what they believe, that was a mistake.
Big mistake.
He really kills me when I say this, but I'm just keeping it buck. He's Ryan Tannehill, Alex Smith, kind of a level of a quarterback. And those guys need help. Like,
but even then, Brian Tannehill is in what power run scheme?
Yeah, but makes it easy because he got Derrick Henry. Like, I can hand it off. This guy give me 5 yards. Now 2nd and 5. Dak's real best year as far as comfort was 2016 because he had all world Ezekiel Elliott. He had a dude that took not a real good screen and ran 7 yards with it. They don't have nobody like that. But they don't want to lean on Pollard and Rico because I think they believe Prescott is a little bit different than what he is. Even though in 2018 there was evidence that he wasn't that type of quarterback. Like, I mean,
That's our quarterback, man.
he is, but I'm being honest. I'm not saying he trash. He's still a top 10, maybe top 12, but that's why I tried to tell Willie, there's a difference between a franchise quarterback and a guy who plays for a franchise.
That's what I've been trying to tell people. There's a difference between.
But when I say that, people be tripping and getting it. I'm like, he top 10. Well, dude, we got to judge by the 30 quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah.
I'll say this, and this ain't a detriment now. I told Reef this. The real great dangerous dudes, what do they always say, D? Oh, don't give him any time on the clock. That's never been described for the second tier guys.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Those second tier guys. Here's another thing. If you look at it, they should have modeled him behind Joe Flacco. Like how Joe was, like what he was good at. They never allowed him to do stuff that he wasn't. But you know what happened? He won a Super Bowl, then they got rid of the talent. And it was like, he's a franchise quarterback. It's like, no, he's a quarterback that plays for your franchise. He can win. Mm-hmm. You can win, like even Brad Johnson. Go back and look at all those mediocre kind of quarterbacks or those kind of solid dudes. The team was so superior, but those dudes played within themselves. And unfortunately, you can see that he's not a top tier dude. He's a second tier dude.
And the team is not superior as we thought.
Nope. They're not superior to that team. Yeah, they're not. Like there's things there, but they got guys asking things where you like, all right, this guy can't beat this guy. Like you can see that. So
when my thing is like when you question 4 out of your 11 defensive starters, 4 maybe 5 out of your 11 out of your defensive starters, you're questioning. Well, not really even offensively, they're fine. They got the personnel.
They got the personnel defensively.
All
right, hold up.
Like I said, it seems like if it's not.
Oh no, I
ain't gonna say they're fluke. I ain't gonna say they're fluky, but if it ain't somebody like making like this, the throws that they were caused by rush, but some of the throws that Daniel Jones was making, it was like it just dumb. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like we're playing like we're getting hella heavy rush,
right?
and he's making a dumb decision. Instead of just throwing it out of bounds, he's throwing it right in front of Curse. Or Mac Jones, he's rolling out to his right, throwing back across his body, and we get a touchdown out of it.
But those two guys also felt the rush tonight. When what I said, I want Brock Purdy to be uncomfortable. Was he ever uncomfortable?
Nope.
But he shouldn't.
That
shouldn't be the case for us to.
That is on the defense. That's another thing that masks. Like the pass. I'm gonna ask you this: who was the cornerbacks when the Giants won the Super Bowl? Can you name any of them? Can somebody name them? Please help.
Corey Webster. That's about it.
Yeah.
I think what was it, sir? Was it Surtain on that? Back in 07? I can't remember, man.
I think it was Corey Webster.
You go back and look at the Ravens. Chris McAllister is a guy that's staying out. I don't know who. I mean, we all know
Darius Webb.
Yeah, we know Earl, but throughout they ain't really have anybody there. I don't even know who plays corner for the Pittsburgh Steelers except Ryan Clark, and I don't even think he was a corner. Wasn't he a safety?
Ike Taylor was a corner.
Yeah, okay.
No, Clark played safety. He played Paul Obama. He was a safety.
Right. So the pass rush will help. Because please tell me, who are the corners for the fucking San Francisco 49ers?
But they didn't get rushed.
I don't know.
Corners Lenore and Chardavius Ward were still making plays on the ball.
Yeah, but because the quarterback sped up like he was being rushed.
And he's not being rushed.
I know. So that's another issue within itself. That's why I said last week, which you agree with me, but Brian didn't. That dude's job is to mask the problem. You don't add to it. So if you know your defense is in a situation where they're out there again and again, you said it. I said it. Sooner or later, the levee's going to break. You got to give them guys a chance to settle down and whatever. And then when they do get a turnover or they get a stop, 3 and out. And it's quick. You ain't even taking no damn time off. So you have to help them. You have to be able to help them. At least that's what you should be thinking. Because we're sitting here saying this. Now, that doesn't prevent things, but there's a couple of situations there. Like if Van Der Esch gets that interception, it was really through his fingertips. That's a play that changes things. If Wilson don't hit dude with his helmet, that's a stop. So it's little stuff like that, but
that go both ways. Because look at that, look at that lucky fumble.
They should have scored. They should have been 21-0.
I'm not denying that, but I don't have much questions with the 49ers. It's always like that in football. It's always momentum changes and plays that can flip the game. Those are the things you have to look at. I'm not being optimistic. I'm just being realistic. I've seen teams get dog whipped like this, and they'll go on and win. I'm not gonna say this team is because I still think they need to make personnel changes. Like it's like this, fellas. The safeties that's on the bench, it's not Xavier Woods and Jeff Heath. They actually got some options there. It's whether or not Dan Quinn is going to decide to do that. They got options.
I mean, I started to see Wanye out there more this game. So,
I mean, I ask you this: would you rather have Wanye, Bell, Israel, or would you rather have Wilson, Curse, and Hooker?
If I want dudes to fuck up, get beat in space, I'd rather
have which one?
No, I said if I would if I wanted to see dudes make mistakes. Like whether it be like fits schematically, getting beaten coverage, whatnot like that. I'd rather it be young cats.
Exactly.
Yeah. Especially like bonehead plays where you lining up on offsides on third down.
Oh, bro, you just gotta look at the ref and put your hand up, and he'll let you know.
Man. And it wasn't even close.
Nope. So I understand it was a beat down, fellas. But I'm saying. It's up to them to make some. They got some options.
I think the improvements is gonna have to be drastic improvements on the offensive side of the ball, at least.
I think from the offensive standpoint, I mean, the only thing I would do is I would dumb it down, and he's running what I want to put in there. I can't allow him to have free reign.
I don't think they're gonna do that.
I'm just saying what I would do.
Yeah. But I don't
that's an option because you've allowed him to have free reign. Is Reed falling asleep?
No, I'm here.
Oh,
Just
so you have to dial it back. You have to take away his responsibilities, and you have to. Hey, I love Deuce. I need to wait with him. I need to put in Hunter. I need to take out Gallup. I need to put in Tolbert, and I need to change the roles. Everybody got to have a defined role. But I know what we're going here. I need to be better. This is on me, and that kind of wears
but
down.
you're right, John. You see it with San Fran. Debo's they short yard they yak guy or they big play guy. Ayuk is their man beat. Kittle is their game breaker. So you'll see him just
It's just it's playmakers versus guys who can't play against them. Like if you the way you would have to beat them, you got to. Now they did go out and get. I think Overshawn would have helped them a lot, but unfortunately he got hurt. Stevenson would help them a lot. Unfortunately, he got hurt. But I do think they got some things here. It's just whether or not you want to lean towards that.
look at with like all the young players that we do have now. Would they even play? Well, I know we know Overshawn played, but
Right.
would Stevens even play?
Based on what I've seen, I'm not saying that he would be a top, but just his ability, red zone, his catch radius, that's a role. Sometimes you have to just let dudes have particular roles.
And we saying the same thing about Jalen Tolbert. He big catch
Yeah,
radius,
but I'm just
tall,
saying, no,
fast.
hold on. I agree with D saying. I'm not saying they're gonna do this. I'm just saying this is what I would do. Like I'm not when you older and you don't see improvement, I'd rather go young because by the end of the season, I'm thinking they're gonna be better. That's why Fowler and Armstrong. Fowler I'm using in nickel type situation, but I'm gonna just go with Sam Williams.
Let me
And
ask you this, John.
I'm gonna deal with what I gotta deal with. Yeah.
So you think they're gonna be better? So we make the playoffs, which I think we're gonna make. We match up with these Niners. With them players out there, you think it's gonna be a better game? You think it's gonna be a?
If it's the same type of personnel grouping, no.
You think it's a winnable game with them players out there?
I just said if it's the same personnel grouping, no. I
No,
just
with the other players, the players we talk about right
Oh,
now.
you mean if I switched it up?
Yeah.
I'll say this because you still, in theory, you still have to play them, but I say they'll give you a better chance. They got better speed and explosion. We just saw a lot of struggles. Do you see Wanye struggling to run? You see Israel struggling to run? You
When
see
I
Baker?
say Wanye out there, I seen him make a play.
That's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is you got to get guys who can make play, who are more playmakers, and we don't see that with the three safeties we have. Like we just don't see it, and that's a struggle. I think Tolbert is bigger, he faster, he runs better routes. Gallup is just he's a liability, and I think you need to feature Tony Pollard more. But that's whether or not they're gonna do that. I don't know if they're gonna do that. But
I think they will, man. I think that ass whipping to the 49ers is a wake up call. I really
Man,
do.
we
you
said that the
positive,
past
though,
two
bro.
times, bro.
That's the thing.
We said that the past two times.
All right, but hold on. But they did bounce back after the Arizona loss. So I understand what Dick is saying.
No, but I get
Well,
that.
Against
But
the
you got to
Niners.
think about it like this. We got our ass handed to us twice in 3 weeks, right? We really got our ass whooped tonight. At
Right.
some point, like John's saying, do you think they're gonna stand pat with what they got? They can't. Not if you're trying to compete. You're gonna have to look within, make some trades, and do something, and change the
I don't. Yeah,
personnel.
the thing is, I don't think they need to make a trade. I just think they need to do
Uh
more.
Steven,
Here's something, fellas. I'll say this. I always tell people we wait and see how coaches do stuff, and then in the end we can say, all right, this is what they're gonna do. Like in 2020, Mike Nolan wasn't that very good, so he fired him. Even though Nolan was the person that gave Mike McCarthy his first OC job. So we're going to see if Dan Quinn and McCarthy are going to make personnel changes. I mean, you roll out there with that same grouping that don't match up with the 49ers.
do you see Mike giving up the play calling head or the play calling duties to Shoddy?
To Brian,
Yeah.
well, see, the only thing with that is when you talk about play calling and offense, that's three people. That's the head coach, the offense coordinator, and the quarterback. I don't know completely what is going on. All I know is this: I've seen the West Coast offense, and that ain't it.
Nah, that
I've
ain't it.
I've seen what Kellen has ran, and that is it. I've heard they said Prescott has freedom. So I ask you this: do you think Mike McCarthy is telling him to make the throws that he's making and lock on to a guy that's doing that? Do y'all think that?
No, but the plays he got to change up is the plays that Mike is giving him.
In theory, because they told us they didn't completely scrap everything. Remember, they said that in the beginning of the year. I mean, me personally, I always think when you install a new offense, you install a new offense. But if your player is not comfortable, I mean, you trying to do the best with what it is. And I don't want to put Cooper Rush in here, but you see the way he ran things as opposed to Prescott. He stayed within himself.
Yes.
I think we're a bad matchup, one, with our personnel with San Francisco. And then we getting out coached. I really do. If you
The coaching part is I agree with you on that because
I
that's
mean
why
if,
you decide to change up personnel. You can't stick with the same guys. You
yeah,
can't you can't worry about feelings. I know I would. Some guys would just get benched. I've
yeah,
had
I watched the game tonight, and the more I watched it, we just got we just don't match up good with them with our personnel.
nah, not at all.
Then
I think honestly, let's just say we had another. Let's just say hypothetically, we did have Amari Cooper on the team. Hypothetically, I'm not saying we would win and all that. I just think
He
with
helps.
different personnel, it might be a different. We might play better. It won't be a blowout.
I mean, Amari Cooper helps because he's just a one-on-one route runner. He always get open.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
gonna get open for sure.
Yeah, so that helps right there. So and also he's a coverage magnet. CD's a coverage magnet, but
yeah.
then you got two other guys. You got one guy who clearly is still struggling, and then you putting Cooks in a role that he shouldn't be in. So I don't know what that is. It's hard to
Yeah.
figure what that is. Like who's calling that? Who's telling him to put in this position?
I think first and foremost, it's just a personnel problem more than likely. I think that's what it is, really.
I mean, I know if I was a quarterback, I wouldn't be throwing to Michael Gallup, like because he hasn't been
Yeah.
dependable for me. Like that interception.
My cousin, he called me and said that Gallup gave up on the route. I that's not what I saw. But what did y'all see?
I
nah,
see
he
it.
was it Lenore who got the pick again? But Lenore just he ran the route for guy because he just knew it was coming. It's like a quarterback, like he just knew it was coming. He knew Dak was just he literally just read Dak and he ran the route for Gallup.
He did, but
I mean, there's not much as a
That's on
receiver.
Dak.
As a receiver,
no,
there's
I'm not knocking it. I just don't think that's the receiver that you need in that position, Dave.
Yeah.
Like those type of throws and those type of positions, I need a bully receiver.
not even that, John. He's throwing it like you know how Amari used to really set it up,
Right.
like to the point like even though you knew it was gonna gonna be a slant, like he set it up so good.
True.
That Dak was just so used to okay, he's gonna get open. Gallup is just 1-2 up straight.
Oh, absolutely.
Play hard left in there. And it's like you would like for him to run a little better. You would like for him to set it up more, but you can't. You getting a bigger receiver, like unless he's running routes like that play.
Oh no, wait, well, hold on. Let me preface it that. Yes, definitely. I'm a big route runner fan. Like I like receivers that can run routes. I don't really care if you run a 4.3 or 4.6. But I just think that particular player, and I agree with you, it's not the greatest throw, but he just isn't the guy for that at that type of position. So yeah, I agree with everything you're saying, Sheree. But I do like guys who are bigger, even if the ball is thrown bad. I may not catch it, but you sure not gonna run through.
Well, he never fights for the ball either. He just
That isn't really what he is, though. He's only who he is. It's like you trying to ask a mouse to be a cat. You can dress him up like you want. It just doesn't work. And Prescott needs playmakers. And unfortunately,
I agree.
He doesn't
I
have
agree 100%. He needs everything around him. Yeah. You give him playmakers, I feel better. But without it, like you said, he's a quarterback. He's not a franchise quarterback. He's just a quarterback.
And the thing is, though, I agree with Sharif. He had time tonight. He was harassed early, but at times I'm like, he just burping the baby. It's like, dude, get the ball out. I mean, and if he that pump fake that he tried to do on Fred, I was like, what is he doing? Just throw it away.
Yeah, he took a sack he shouldn't have took. Just throw the damn ball away.
Throw the ball away.
Now I think he's more athletic than what he is, and when he
Yeah, but that's where I'd be saying if you inherit somebody and they got bad traits, it's sometimes hard to break them.
Now you said it best, man. Dak needs more playmakers, bro. That's the only way you can fix this. I think you give him playmakers, he ain't doing this bullshit. He making plays. If he ain't got them,
hold on, but that's debatable a little bit because we've also seen him throwing into triple coverage. That's just bad football. That's just I understand quarterbacks doing that now and then. Sometimes they go 5-star man, but it's like the same areas. We go back and look at his tape for the last 3 years. All of his mistakes are the same ones in the same areas. So that's repeatable. It's like you're not even figuring.
That's all right. Let him keep doing it. He won't be the quarterback for the Cowboys for long. He keep that shit up.
I mean, he wouldn't be my quarterback for long.
That's what you think. That's what you think. But when you see that headline, Dak extended for 3 years tomorrow.
Hold on. We're gonna wait this out and see.
my thing is, John, if the Niners is a matchup problem because of what they present offensively,
not just offensively.
Oh, even defensively. Okay, so
and their overall set, they are bullies. They are physical bullies.
You know who else is like that?
Who?
Detroit. You know who else is like that?
Really?
Detroit is being built as one, but here's the difference. I do believe Detroit is really good. I love a lot of stuff they're doing. Hassan, who is one of the nose tackle they got, I wanted him. But the only difference between them and the 49ers have actually had a lot of more success. Like they've been through all type of battles, playoff wars. They've been to the Super Bowl. They didn't win it. They've been here. Detroit doesn't have that. Now you could put doubt in their mind, maybe, but they are a physical football team.
You know who else is physical?
Who?
Philly.
I mean, man, you talked about that. I agree. That's why I said Dallas may be the 4th best NFC team.
Yeah.
Behind those 3 that you just listed.
Are we better than Seattle?
We'll find out. Here's the thing. It's one loss. It may be against a team they don't match up. We have to see how it play out. That's all. It's nothing else we can do. We can't suit up and run. This ain't the PlayStation. So they just it's not one of them things. It's like, dudes, we can do, but they have options. I'm saying they have options. Whether or not they're going to exploit those options, we'll see. It's not like they got Noah Brown. They actually have a young receiver. They got some options here. It's just whether or not they're going to decide to do this. That's what we got to sit back and see. But yeah, they got their ass handed. There's nothing you can see. It looked like it could have been, because I agree with what D said. If you do things differently in the first half, at the end of it, it's a 1-score game, then it's a completely different game. But instead, you get a 3 and out, and then you get another 3 and out, and you don't get no momentum. And you put the defense out. I think they control time of possession. I think it was 32 minutes to 18. You're not going to win that, man. I don't care what defense you roll out there. You're just going to wear out and you're going to get tired. So, y'all got anything else to vent about? Y'all look deflated, man. I never see y'all too. Like, D look like he got jumped. I already know how. And Willie is silent. That's.
Oh, Willie left. He had to leave.
Yeah, he lied. Yeah, I don't think he had to leave. He just can't. He can't suffer the loss.
It was just an ass whipping. All we can do is move forward. I'd rather be an ass whipping now, and we still can play versus the damn playoffs. So got time to fix shit. Hopefully they fix it.
Nah, this could go any kind of ways, fellas.
Yeah,
I'll say that too.
Like, it's either left or right. It ain't no in between.
Yeah, there ain't no in between.
You ain't gonna.
Yeah.
You either gonna get drastically better, or this gonna affect your confidence, and you gonna be a worse team.
Yes, it can. Yes, it can. But I will say this: if I was a coach based off of tape, the big nickel part, there's nothing that mentally I think they can do that's gonna change what they can do physically.
Yeah, they can't. They're just too small.
Yeah, not just too small. They're too slow. They're not fast enough, and they're not physical enough. You see that, but you got young options.
Yeah, I don't know.
I,
I don't know, man.
like you
How
This
do.
that
was
not a
this
lot of
was real humbling because I did
I
think
understand it's humbling, but
I
that's
thought we was a NFC championship caliber team, but after tonight, I don't think that no more. I think
wow. That affected you that bad.
no.
it's just realistic.
Yeah, it's not.
No, it's not realistic. I saw the New England Patriots lose against the Buffalo Bills 44.
30-0.
Yeah, and they won to win the Super Bowl. If you based it on that, you would have been like, "Oh, these guys not even gonna make." And a lot of people thought that. I was like, "Damn, let's just you gotta let the
I
season."
mean, that's also Brady back there.
Yeah, he didn't look like Brady when he was playing them though. The Bills whipped they ass. He looked like he should have retired.
I mean,
I
it's
know, but
still
it's in
it's Brady.
retrospect.
It's Brady.
But it's in
It's
retrospect. If
Brady.
you would have looked then, I know a lot of Patriots fans like, "Oh, we done. We need to trade." I was like, "Damn, dog, it's just the first game of the season." I get this. These type of losses are very humbling, and I agree with you, D. I thought they were closer to them, but I also look at it as like, man, a play here, and there, things have changed. A drive here, or there, it changes. No, but even
It,
with that,
but
they,
like even on the offense, like a play here and there, they still had opportunities to make them plays come back around.
I
To
know.
make the game turn around, play here and
I
there.
agree. Okay,
Offense.
let's try to look at the positives. The offensive line.
I
What
know.
else?
I know.
I think Brian was a little over exaggerated about them getting whipped. I mean, they were in a battle, but I don't think they was as
They
overwhelmed.
held their own. That's a good
Yeah,
defensive line.
right.
But what other positives you got?
Rico played hard. The tight ends, hold on. The tight ends actually were open.
I
He missed.
mean,
He
they was
missed.
open.
He missed some.
Schoon had a post in the middle of the field. He dropped it. Pass was a little
True,
over his head,
but he
but
had a pass way over his head, so he can't get that.
he got his
Uh,
hands on it. John
yeah,
Madden said, "You touch the ball, you got to bring that John in."
I'm not denying that.
He quoting the Hall of Fame head coaches like you now, John.
I'm one of those people. Unless it's horribly bad, I have to look at some of the positives. But like I said, they got options. Is
Man,
what.
you gotta dig real deep for them positives.
No, I mean things like this happen though, man. Things can get
What
out
about defensively? What are the positives?
defensively. Michael Parsons played hard. Uh, Wanye is the best safety. I've always said that.
Wire
Blaine
is a
did,
positive.
yeah, Blaine did not look like he was overmatched. And Hankins played. That's about. Oh,
Hankins played a real good game.
and Demarcus Lawrence.
Oh yeah,
Lawrence
but
plays
Demarcus
hard
Lawrence
all
is
the
a
time. Yeah,
constant.
he
He
always
always
plays
play
hard.
good.
But
No, Hankins. I think Hankins might have played the best.
yeah, I think Hankins played the best. He really was a force. After that, those are the same things me and you talked about. Like the safeties, it's just things there. I think you know what? I think Donovan Wilson of the group of the starters played the best. There were things at least with him I could see and say, okay, he wasn't completely out of position, but in coverage, it's hard for him. But I shouldn't have to have him in those positions. So if you get better guys around, but it probably won't matter because I think he got a high ankle sprain. I don't think he's
Man,
playing.
I'm worried, man. Especially with Leighton going down. I'm worried
And the
about that
corners
linebacker
going down.
spot. It,
I'm not.
People
I'm
was
not.
dropping like flies.
Yeah, it's football though, man. They got, like I said, they got options. It's up to whether or not they want to be stubborn with it.
Who is the option for the linebacker spot?
I've been saying it all week. I will move Michael Parsons back to linebacker. I don't like him being a strict edge rusher
He don't look good on run defense. His run
because
defense don't look that good.
his mindset is pass rush. That's what he's dialed in. I want him back like he was in his rookie year. I want to use him as a unicorn.
It's up to them to make that change. I don't think they do.
I'm just telling you what I would do.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
saying
yeah, yeah.
that's what they would do.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
Yeah.
But boy,
You put Clark in the middle because I think he's more comfortable there. You let Van Der Esch play on his side. He's more comfortable there. And then I think also I would call up Tyrus Wheat. in the
Yeah.
practice squad.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot about him.
Right now, it's so early. They can go young, and those guys can get better. We know what we have with these older guys.
But they
Like
also go. They go. Them young guys. They gonna give up some stuff too. And
they
it
That's
give
might
up,
be
fine.
an
but they
important
give up,
situation.
but they give up experience. They don't give up speed.
But does that help us this year?
It's early, so I would take the theory of it. They can get better as they play. It's kind of like remember how Tyler played last year. He was forced to play. They didn't want him as tackle, but he got whipped by who did he get? He got Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald early in the year gave him problems, and so by the end of the year, they had Nick Bosa on the other side. I just think if you young and you play them early, odds are in theory they will improve. But we know Curse is not gonna get faster. We know
Nope.
Malik Cook ain't gonna get no range.
Nope.
So the more you play, you guys play. The more you play, the better you guys got. Yeah, of course they fooled you in the beginning, but you started to get better. That's the way I would go. I don't know which way they're gonna go, but that's what we got to sit back and find out.
I
It's,
think if Vander Esch is hurt long term, they're gonna move Malik Jefferson into going into the starting lineup, bring up Wheat, call it a day.
They may,
That's
but I wouldn't do that.
but you wouldn't do that, but that's what they're probably gonna do.
we've
Yeah,
been
but I also saw this team cut Jalen Smith when a lot of people thought they would. I saw this team cut Ezekiel Elliott when a lot of people thought they would. I don't know what they're gonna do. We're here to find out. Because right now the team is looking like you two, like y'all. And so that's what right now. This is a coaching thing because the coach has to instill things and make sure they don't get into a funk and think they can't compete.
yeah.
'Cause if that happens, every time they face this, they're gonna go into a funk. And so for me, I would rather put guys out there who have not faced this because they don't believe that. See, Wanye don't understand this. Like, this is his first time against the 49ers. The rest of that shit don't matter to him. So for me, I would put younger players in there. Like, and I'm not saying just anybody, the guys I mentioned have played. So it's like, get those guys in there. That's what I would do. Israel is much more faster than Curse. We know that.
Israel can't see the field for nothing.
That to me is a personal thing with Dan Quinn. That's just something that I look at. Like, because you
Ain't that
remember
Dan Quinn dude? Ain't that him? Was he in the Dan Quinn era when he got drafted?
who Israel?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm, I don't know.
Coaches will roll with people that they like, man. That's just how people do things. Like, I'm not like that. Like, I don't care. Like, my favorite player is the dude who make plays. When you don't make plays no more, you're not my player. I'm gonna put somebody out there that can make plays. And I just see Wanye is the best safety. Match him up with Israel. Put Bell out there and make.
Why should have been out there?
Yeah, I agree. You saw it in week one.
You
Yep.
saw it in the preseason.
I mean, yeah,
He
but
was looking like a
but week
starter in the preseason.
no doubt. But week one was real live game action. And you saw the way
Yeah.
he was moving so fast. It looked like he had 13 men on the field. So go back to that. They're probably gonna have to anyway, because I think, like I said, I think Donovan Wilson has a high ankle sprain. But I would get Israel too. He got more length. He can move better. Like, you look at what they did tonight and compared to how they played against them last year. I mean, Israel was there. Blaine is a player, but then again, we don't know what's up with him. I hope he okay, because injuries can be devastating. But anything else, fellas? I know y'all kind of y'all act like y'all played tonight. It's not. It's not as dire straight. It's one game.
Just one game. Yeah, yeah.
One
I'm
game.
not. They got to move up. That's the only thing they can do is play better. That's it. That's the only option.
It's one game, but it's one game. We're going into a tough part of the schedule.
It
We-
is, but you
Game-
can't run. You can't run from competition. You
No,
can't
no,
get too
not at
high.
all. Not at
You
all.
can't get too high with wins. You can't get too low. We'll see. All we can do is right here. We talked about what we think. Now we got to see how they go about it. I like stuff like this personally. That's just me. Though. I like to see adversity. I like to see if they can overcome. Because it's hard, man. It's hard getting there. You got to get there. Because that, what was, oh, okay. Oh, that was your girl? Because I
Yeah,
saw a hand pat your head.
she going to bed. She just said good night.
Oh, I thought she was soothing you because of the law.
It was a mix.
Oh,
It was
okay.
it was a mix.
She a good woman because you was feeling, boy. You
She sound like you over there. She was like, it was just one game.
yeah, it's one game, man. I used to be like my girlfriend at the time, like, oh, so we not gonna have sex because the Cowboys lost. Like King said that. He was like, man,
Don't
I
touch me.
yeah, I was like, leave me alone. Leave me alone. We was on a date somewhere. I think it was in Florida. They lost to Washington. I was miserable. He was like, we're on vacation. I'm like, yeah, but they lost. I don't believe this shit. So yeah, just let's sit back and let's see how the coaches react.
Yeah.
We're gonna see. That's all we can
We
do.
don't know. I mean, we have no idea what the reaction may be.
Yeah.
No, we gotta sit back and see. But like we said, the positives, the offensive line held up. We walked away with no injuries. Giannis went back in the game, so his injury wasn't concerned. Tony Pollard played hard. He didn't get enough touches. So there are things there. You gotta look at it. But right now, yeah, the 49ers is a legit heavyweight. They are a legit heavyweight.
Yeah.
Yeah, but don't give up, fellas.
Oh no, I ain't giving up, but
Yeah, I
boy,
understand.
brought me right back down to
Yeah,
earth.
I understand. It's a tough loss, man. I don't
He
like.
brought
I
me
don't like.
right back down to
But
earth.
honestly, you know what? Blame Sharif for this because he kept talking about this shit. Damn, I
No,
don't
no.
want to get
I
turned.
told you, Reef be realistic. I told you, Reef
Nah, he
would
be
go with.
manifesting. He be manifesting.
Bro,
Nah,
I
I
told
can
you, Reef.
see. I can see
they
the matchup.
manifested their own
Potential
ass
matchup.
whooping by coming out there playing like shit.
Yeah, I told you, Reef. Reef would tell me before a game. He'd tell me when we about to get our ass whooped.
No,
We was
no, bro,
playing.
because our shit was different. We was John, let me give you context. We,
Okay.
we we was starting like 12 freshmen,
Yeah,
like
we
12,
bad.
13 freshmen,
Oh, yeah, that's
and we
hard.
was playing against senior dominated teams. So a bunch of 13, 14-year-olds playing against 18-year-olds. Of course, we about to get beat.
You physically outmatched. Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah.
You can't overcome that. Only thing you can come from that is like, are you getting better? Like, are you getting better? When you getting better as the season go along? But that's hard. Grown man.
Man, throw our freshmen out there. Yeah.
That's what I want to do. I want to go with young. I like going with speed and youth. So we'll talk about this again. Anything else to be said?
That's it.
Let's say.
Was it?
GG's Niners. Damn.
I'm gonna get on Madden and beat the Niners' ass. I know
Oh,
that.
there you go. Yeah, get that out there. Get that out there. Go back and look at the 1992 team. That's what I do every year. I look at the 1992 team. I mean,
That shit gonna make me cry.
That shit ain't gonna do that but piss me off.
I know for
Why
me
can't
that's what I
see
do. Every year we don't do anything. I go back and relive the glory days. Be like, yeah, I remember where I was. I was in college. I remember how this
Shit,
was.
I mean, I guess I could go look at the 2014 team. That's about the closest thing
Yeah,
I
that's
got.
what it's gonna get. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Go look at the press conferences, but look at the press conferences with the coaches. The
We gonna
players.
fight hard. We gonna play again.
No, I want to see. I want to see what happens.
You know, Steven gonna be. We like our guys. We're gonna go out there. We're just gonna bring them out next
I
week.
don't know if they like. I don't know if they like what they saw tonight.
Shit, that's what Steven said this week. That's a different story for this different day.
Yeah, but I agree. I don't believe they're gonna extend Prescott, and don't believe anything they say because they've been lying to us this year. Remember, they said so we'll see. But I'll say this. I'll close it with this. If they extend Trey Lance, that will say something.
I don't know.
I know. I appreciate y'all getting on. I know this is hard for you, Reef. I understand. But
Live to fight another day.
yeah, that's all we can do. We'll find out what's up. Anything else in closing, gentlemen? Anything?
Nah.
Appreciate y'all. We'll talk. Don't listen to Brian because he believes Prescott did no wrong tonight. Yeah, he did, man. He was like, "This ain't on Dak." I was like, "Okay,
Dak
Shit.
one on my shit list right now.
yeah, yeah,
All right,
yeah."
no.
But it's cool, man. I understand this is humbling. I didn't see this coming either. This was a rough loss. I will not be on Twitter this week. So,
Either.
bro, I ain't dealing with them psychotic ass fans, man. I get enough of that in my DMs. I ain't dealing with that. No, it was one of them. It was a tough loss. Everybody gonna overreact. That's what happens. Overreaction. So it's a long season. All I could tell you is y'all can go look at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They used to get their ass whipped by Philadelphia every year until they figured them out. Like based on what I've seen, there's stuff there. They just got to figure it out. We'll see though.
Yep. On the next week.
On the next week, that's all we can do.
Who we got next week?
Chargers.
Oh Lord.
Nigga Reef,
Herbert.
oh Lord.
Is Joey Bosa playing?
Yeah.
He healthy? Oh, okay.
Sadly.
What do you mean? Last time we played him, he didn't do anything.
That's because Tyron was out there.
No, he was on still.
Oh shit. That's even worse. But
Nick Bosa, hold on. Nick Bosa had what, a sack?
yeah, he had a sack and probably like a hit or two, but other than that, he ain't do nothing.
Yeah, he kept him under control. Once he got used to his speed.
He got a good one on Dak too. Dak messed up his finger on that one.
Yeah. And that may be a concern with his throws. I wonder what's wrong with his fingers.
Yeah. I ain't trying to hear none of that.
Oh.
I know. I understand. Just trying to put some positivity in there. All right, brothers. Love y'all. Glad y'all got all.
Likewise.
Yeah,
Talk to you soon.
Yeah,
All right,
I know the
sir.
Texans are going to blow up. It'll be good. Keep the faith.
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right, fellas.
All right.